What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up. And I see the chat, bro. The chat is already lit. The chat is already lit, going crazy right now, as you should. So if you are a Cowboys fan, I need y'all to do me one favor. If you are happy that we just signed 88, go ahead and light up that chat. I need stars all in the chat. We are not starting until I get stars all up in this chat. Light it up, y'all. Light it up. We just signed 88 CeeDee Lamb. We are going to talk about it. But man, I feel good that we signed my dog, CeeDee Lamb. Now, it's kind of getting a little worried because we're starting getting late. We were starting to get a little late, you know what I'm saying? We're getting close to week 1, but the Dallas Cowboys signed CeeDee Lamb, and my dog CeeDee Lamb says, yo, we are going.
Hear the music.
Light this chat up, y'all. Light the chat up. Light the chat up, y'all. Light the chat up for CD, bro. Light the chat up for CD. I need stars everywhere. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, where the money resides. Yeah, stars everywhere in the chat. Light it up, y'all. Light it up, Cowboys Nation, for my dog, CeeDee Lamb, man. Woo! I feel good today, y'all. I feel good. Now, not only, and we'll talk about this here in a second, we signed CeeDee Lamb. I'm setting up the show. And then I get news that my dog Dalvin Cook is on the way to Dallas.
Hear the music.
My dog Dalvin Cook is on the way to Dallas right now. Bro, is it? Cowboys Nation, feel good today, man. Feel good, and it's okay to feel good, right? Because you're gonna have a lot of people saying you shouldn't be feeling like this. We overpaid. We don't do no squares. We don't do no squares right here. We have been through enough this offseason, and just like my guy Johnny just said, best feeling since the Green Bay loss. We deserve today, y'all. We deserve today. Don't let nobody else take your joy. You will not steal this joy from me. I am happy that the Dallas Cowboys have signed 88 CeeDee Lamb, man. I was out there chilling. I was going for a walk. And then my dog CeeDee Lamb, the news dropped, man. The news dropped that CeeDee Lamb got signed a 4-year extension for $136 million, dog. $136 million. got his guarantees. Life is good. You know what I'm saying? Like what Future say, man? Life is good right now for CeeDee Lamb, right? $136 million, 4-year extension, $100 million guaranteed. Now, I saw some haters. CeeDee Lamb better not drop a pass. CeeDee Lamb, even if CeeDee Lamb goes ahead and drops a pass, he's still getting that $100 million. $38 million signing bonus, the second highest non-quarterback salary in NFL history, man. So salute to CeeDee Lamb, y'all, because CeeDee Lamb deserves it. There is nobody that can come on my show, come on my Twitter, come on anywhere and tell me that CeeDee Lamb did not deserve what he just got. He deserved it. Cowboys records, you know what I'm saying? 170, come on, 1,700 yards, bro. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Now, I will say this, man. It feels good, but I hate the fact that CeeDee Lamb had to roll up his sleeves and get ugly to get this deal done. And that's the crazy part to me, because Jane Slater had reports. Salute to Jane, right? Incredible reporter. Definitely follow Jane. You should know Jane is, right? But Jane had reported that from the jump, they set the market since after the Justin Jefferson deal that they wanted $34 million. That they wanted $34 million. They wanted 4 years, right? And they said the Cowboys have gotten to 32. Then they got to 33, and the Cowboys were dug their heels in the sand at 33. And you mean to tell me that all this we've been going through all offseason, not having CeeDee Lamb at OTAs, not having him at camp, was all the difference between $2 million or $1 million? Come on, y'all. That's crazy. That's crazy. Front office, Jerry, Steven, that's crazy. $2 million? $2 million was all this fuss was about. The difference between $2 million or $1 million is crazy. But CeeDee Lamb got the deal done. I think he's already at Frisco getting ready to sign the deal and post that little picture. You know when they sign their name on the dot and they smile and cheese. CeeDee Lamb's going to sign that picture. But I know a lot of people are excited that CeeDee Lamb is back, right? I see it on Instagram. Everybody's posting CeeDee Lamb is back. CeeDee Lamb is back. CeeDee Lamb is back. So, you got to be excited because he is our playmaker. Like, everything offensively is going to start and end with CeeDee Lamb. And we could not go out there week 1, hell, week 2, week 3 without CeeDee. You know what I'm saying? But I said my frustration is that it had to take this long. I don't know what the fuss was about. I don't know what the holdoff was about. But at the end of the day, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones got the deal done right on time for CeeDee Lamb. And now Dak Prescott's going to have his number 1 wide receiver. Now, Jerry had done an interview with Clarence Hill. And Clarence Hill, they're now doing, some incredible work. It's Clarence, my guy Joseph, Jeff Kavanaugh, Aisha, and Jesse Holly, right? So they're doing, and Kevin Gray, right? So they're going to be covering the Dallas Cowboys. Check that out because they got a whole new channel, a whole new station that they're going to be doing stuff through. But Jerry had spoke to Clarence, and Jerry was a little spicy. You know what I'm saying? Jerry was dropping F-bombs like, I know what I'm doing. And I'm like, okay. But I think Jerry kind of knew this deal was probably already done. That's why he was talking so bold and so brash about his GM skills. But at the end of the day, do I understand what took so long? I don't. But the Cowboys have this mindset, y'all, that deadlines make deals. That's just their thing. That is just their thing. It's just deadlines make deals, and they're going to wait to the last minute. Like I said the other day, they wait till the eviction notice is on the door if they want to pay their rent. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know, like, what were we planning? What were we plotting? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but it's just how they go about things. They just want to wait to the very last minute. Now, honestly, that works for CeeDee. But the other guy in Dak Prescott, y'all, I don't know, right? I don't know. And the reason why is this, right? Dak Prescott came and spoke about it. Hey, we're going to kind of sit back and just let things kind of play, negotiate through the season or whatever. And whenever the deal gets done, the deal gets done. So if you're not giving the Cowboys a hard deadline, then they move with no sense of urgency. And that's what kind of gets me a little nervous about this Dak thing. Dak needs to create some sense of urgency. CeeDee Lamb created some sense of urgency. Ezekiel Elliott created some sense of urgency. Like, listen, if this is not done, you are going to have games where I'm not going to be out there, right? So we'll see how it all plays out. But what people got to understand, right? Y'all going to get a bunch of trolling. Y'all going to get some people who in 2024 doesn't even understand how our salary cap. We got all this free internet out here, y'all. All this free internet, and there's still grown adults who do not know how a salary cap works. So what they're going to tell y'all is, oh, well, now since y'all signed CeeDee Lamb, you're not going to be able to sign Dak Prescott. You're not going to be able to sign Micah Parsons. Somebody's going to have to go because they don't know how to search a salary cap, understand how it works in 2024, right? And understand that it's actually going to increase next year anyways, right? So the Dallas Cowboys could get the deal done with Dak. They can get the deal done with Dak. It's I think they have like $40 million cap space right now or something like that. And then you can always restructure CD as well to make room to get Dak done. Get the deal done, Jerry. Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, get this deal done. Because at the end of the day, right, even if y'all don't like Dak Prescott, I know we got tons of people in the chat who don't like Dak Prescott. At the end of the day, if you get Micah done, you get CD done, and you get Dak done, and you already got Diggs done, for the next 4 to 5 years, you're going to have a premier quarterback, a premier wide receiver, a premier defensive linebacker / edge, and a premier corner. Like, you're good to go because our offensive line is young. You got Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe. Like, you got some young guys. Terrence is already signed. So you have the nucleus to build around. You can go get some other guys in the draft. The Cowboys draft so damn well, we'll be okay. But if you have your blueprint, if Jake Ferguson, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Trayvon Diggs, and Micah Parsons, you're going to be all right. You are going to be in the fight. So me personally, go get the Dak deal done now. Do not let this linger throughout the season where every game it's should Dak be signed? Should Dak not be signed? Should Dak be signed? Should Dak not be signed? We don't want to deal with all that. We want to move forward so we can just focus on football. And move on. So like I said, we checked one box today, right? So I'm not going to be greedy. Right? But go get the quarterback done. Like you got the shoes, you got the belt, you know what I'm saying? Just go get the missing piece of the outfit. My guy Philly says pay that man because he thinks that if we pay Dak Prescott, we're gonna be cap strapped and won't be able to do anything when he knows his own organization has done the same exact thing with their quarterback and also with their 2 wide receivers. They're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Pay Dak Prescott. Let's get back to business. Man. We got over 240 people watching across the platform. So post your comments, your questions. We're going to chill. We're going to wrap today. We got some stuff to talk about as well, but ask your questions. I see Sadiq in the chat, Keystone in the chat. My guy CFT, my brother Rome is in the chat. What's going on with you, bro? I see Chris in the chat. I see Johnny in the chat. Everybody, Melvin in the chat. C Dollars in the chat, man. Everybody's out here, man. Way to rep, Cowboys Nation. We back. Now, I will say this, to be honest with you. Y'all know me. My football season got off to a rough start. My football season's gotten off to a rough start already. My guy Lou is in the chat, man. My football season's got off to a rough start with my nose. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna let that deteriorate what I got going on right now. I can't let that steal my joy, man. And I'm feeling good right now that we signed CeeDee Lamb. Now, I will say this with the other news with Dalvin Cook. I mean, y'all ain't even gotta ask me. Y'all ain't even got to ask, Tuck, what you want, Dalvin Cook? Yes, I do want Dalvin Cook. And I think someone posted in the chat, right? Colorful chart Twitter, don't want Dalvin. No, they're not going to want Dalvin Cook back, right? The colorful charts, they're not going to want my dog Dalvin back. But at the end of the day, I want guys on this team that has been through the fire and that I know I can trust. And there's no way you can convince me that I can't trust Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook. Right? And then if you have Rico and Rico breaks through, then Rico breaks through. It just is what it is. But at the end of the day, do not sit here and tell me with all your colorful charts and colorful graphics, I have them too, that Dalvin Cook cannot help this offense and help this team. There's no way. There's no way to say he can't help, right? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you're able to bring in Dalvin Cook, have Ezekiel Elliott, and have Rico, and that be your kind of 3-headed monster, I'm feeling much better about that. And then you can do whatever you want with Deuce. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, that's not. I don't want Dalvin Cook just because of his college, bro. You know what I'm saying? In college, right? I don't want him just because of his college. I want him because of his impact. At the end of the day, I know that Dalvin Cook is a game changer. My guy Johnny says to you, you know what I'm saying? No. It's not just because of his college. Absolutely not, right? But I feel like he can help this team. I feel like he really can help this team. And I think this happens to a lot of Cowboys fans. What is wrong with having an abundance of talent? Why do we only have to have one thing? Why do we only have to have one, right? We saw what Kansas City is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? They got Xavier Worthy. They went and got Hollywood Brown. They got Rashee Rice. They went and just got Juju Smith-Schuster and brought him back. Like, why stop loading up the talent? You don't stop. You just don't stop. So if you have the opportunity to bring in a guy like Dalvin Cook, you bring him in. Deuce needs playing time. Maybe. Here's the thing. If Deuce is who y'all say he is or believe he is, some of you, then they wouldn't be bringing in Dalvin Cook for a visit, bro. Like, let's just keep it a buck, right? For some reason, we like Deuce. We love the story, but the Cowboys are feeling like we need more than that. You know what I'm saying? If he needs more than that, they feel like we need more than that. It's the same thing with Rico, right? We saw glimpses of Rico. I like what I saw from Rico. I feel like he needed more carries last year, but the Cowboys are sitting back saying, hey, we need more than that. You know? Now, me personally, I'm watching the Jets like a hawk. Right? And someone just posted it. Actually, who just posted that? My guy King Can. I don't want to think about that, Tuck. If I can have Zeke third, Cook second, and Izzy from the Jets. Israel Benaconda. If you're able to get him from the Jets, I do it. Honestly, I would trade for Israel Benaconda because you're probably not going to cut him. So my guy Richie, who covers the Jets, man, salute to him, man. Jets media. He said that Israel Benaconda, they're not going to cut him. They're going to keep 4 running backs, and he's just going to be running back 4. So that's why I'm saying, me personally, I would go and make that trade. If it's a 6th-round pick, 7th-round pick. You saw with, Malik just went for the quarterback from the Titans who went for a 7th round. If you got to give up a 6th-round pick to go get Israel Benaconda, I would go do that right now. But will the Cowboys do that? No. But there's no way y'all can convince me that Dalvin Cook will not help this roster and this running back room, man. So me, I'm feeling good, man. I know y'all feeling good. Everybody across social media. Today was a peaceful day amongst Cowboys Nation. But like Kobe Bryant said, job's not done. What's to be happy about? Job's not done, right? Kobe says job is not done. Go sign Dak Prescott, right? Now, I want to talk about a hot topic button. You know what I'm saying? Let me talk about a little hot topic button real quick. This was the conversation piece on Saturday, right? And I kind of did like a quick little video about it, but I didn't dive too crazy in it because I was just busy on the weekend. I had too much going on. Plus, Florida State kind of ruined my day, and then I got the Deron Bland news. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like a rough Saturday. I didn't really feel like talking about it, right? But Trey Lance, right? Trey Lance. Here is what I'll say about Trey. Overall grade after 3 preseason games, I give him like a C-. right? Because a lot of the same things I did for my film breakdown from the first preseason game versus the Rams, it really just carried throughout the preseason, right? Going through his progressions, footwork, ball placement, accuracy, like those were just all still there, right? I felt like the second game versus the Raiders, they called a much better game plan for Trey, so it just seemed a lot better. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed a lot better because he wasn't throwing 50 times. And I get it, right? I get it. He hasn't played a lot of football, so I think I did the number. In college, Trey Lance threw 388 pass attempts fully in college. I think that someone was saying in high school, he threw like 97 pass attempts, right? So 97, 388. So think about that. He's pretty much through like 1/3 of his entire football career already in preseason. You know what I'm saying? So they were really trying to test him out, stress test him out. Now, here's what I'll ask y'all in the chat. Y'all tell me, whose order do y'all think this was? Do y'all think that Mike McCarthy was like, yo, I want to go out there and put Trey to the test and throw 50 times with him and see what he really can do? Or was this an order that came from downstairs? You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I believe this was a Jerry Jones attempt, man. I believe this was a Jerry Jones attempt to put Trey on display, and it backfired. It backfired, right? Because think about this. If the Cowboys would have had Trey just have a normal preseason like all the other young players and young quarterbacks, he would have probably looked a whole lot better, and you probably would have got what Jerry was wanting to do. Because let's say, for instance, Cooper Rush plays the first half, and then Trey plays the second half, and let's say he throws 17 times, and he's 11 for 17 for 112 yards. He throws a touchdown to Ryan Flournoy, and that's it, and he breaks off for a few different runs. His game was completely different than if you have him out there throwing 50 times. So I feel like, just like Laurel just said, Jerry was trying to create leverage, hoping, just like you said, Marcus, hoping that Trey would ball out completely and throw everything into a frenzy. Now, let's say, for instance, Trey Lance has the same game that he had on Saturday, but instead, he threw 50 times, he threw for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he ran for a $119. Here we go. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? The whole conversation is different. So I felt like this Trey Lance preseason thing was very forced. It was very forced to the fact that you're sitting back saying Cooper Rush doesn't need no reps this preseason. Like, he's that good, but he ain't got to play no preseason. It just doesn't make sense. And all I've been hearing was they are trying to get Trey Lance experience, okay? Trying to get Trey experience, trying to get Trey Lance experience. Okay, I get that. I get it. Thumbs up, right? But if you're trying to get Trey Lance experience, my follow-up question is, for what? For what? What are we getting Trey Lance experience for? Because if he is going to be emergency quarterback 3, playing in those preseason games is not going to carry over. You can't play 3 preseason games in August, hold the clipboard for all this time. Let's say, for instance, he goes in a game in November or December, right? Because we got 2 injuries. It's not going to do him no good. So what are we getting him the experience for? I would see if he was going to be our backup quarterback and you want him in that capacity. But what's the experience for? Like, what are we trying to get all these reps where he damn near threw his shoulder out the socket 50 times? He threw 50 times, y'all. That's crazy in a preseason game. 50 times. And that's not counting the pass plays where he actually took off and scrambled. They were really trying to force it. Now, I felt like, okay, if you want to really stress test Trey Lance and see what he got, right? Let's see what Trey Lance really got, right? There should have been some other players that was getting stress tested too. Wouldn't y'all like to see maybe Deuce Vaughn get 25 carries to see if Deuce can really carry the load? Right? Wouldn't you have liked to see Mozzie Smith playing 4 quarters of football to see if he has the stamina to kind of go deeper into the game? Like, why was it just strictly a focus? And he threw 49 times, but they called like 53 pass plays. He took off and scrambled. Something like that. Wouldn't you like to see Mozzie go deep into the 4th quarter and get his stamina up? Like, I just don't understand why there was such an emphasis of putting Trey on display if he's going to be quarterback 3, okay? Now, here was the whole debacle, right? The whole conversation piece on Twitter, right? I'm personally saying, it's just me, I'm just one person. We traded a 4th round pick for Trey Lance. That was right? He was inactive every game last year. Okay, cool. And it seems like this year he is going to be quarterback 3. All right. So me personally, I want to get some return on my 4th round investment. So I was saying, if you're going to have Trey on this roster, he's going to be on the final 53, so that's going to take up a spot. So you're running the risk of missing out on a caliber player. I hopefully, knock on wood, everyone pray that we don't waive Julius Wood, right? And he gets caught off of waivers because we're trying to keep Trey Lance. So you're going to keep him on the final 53. Let him do something, bro. I don't know if he got to be on special teams. You got to do something for me, bro. Because holding the clipboard and being an emergency quarterback makes no sense to me. Now, here's what I was trying to explain. And salute to my brother BJ Nix. We had a Twitter space and we talked about this, right? Quarterback 2. I know that Cooper Rush had the wins. He had 5 wins. Right? But quarterback 2 only really comes into play in this situation if Dak gets hurt in game, right? So let's say, for instance, you're playing in San Francisco, Dak gets knocked out, then you need your quarterback 2 to go in the game. Well, if that's the case, more than likely we're probably not going to win that game anyways, right? So what I was trying to say is you can have Trey as your quarterback 2 in those games where we're blowing out the Giants or blowing out whoever. Let Trey get those reps. Look, let him get those reps. You don't need Cooper Rush to get those reps. Let Trey get those. You know what I'm saying? When we're up by 35 and it's the 4th quarter, let Trey get those. But in order for us to see Trey, Dak has to get hurt and Cooper Rush has to get hurt in order for us to see Trey Lance. Then why the hell was we trying to get him ready all preseason where we're force feeding? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. But this doesn't feel like a Mike McCarthy call to me, y'all. It just doesn't feel Mike McCarthy-ish to me. It feels like Mike McCarthy is on a 1-year prove-it deal. Jerry Jones sent down this order, and it's like, okay, boss, this is what you want? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. This is what you want? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it just didn't feel right for me. And what they ended up doing, they ended up putting Trey in a bad situation because you're having a quarterback throw 50 times in front of the entire world with the star on his helmet. Everybody knows you couldn't do that. You couldn't put Zach Wilson out there and have him throw 50 times and look good. You couldn't put Mac Jones out there. You couldn't put, you can't Malik Willis 50 times. Like, you wouldn't do that to any young quarterback. But it just is what it is. Yeah, I agree, bro. I think that Jerry is going to force this pick on us that he did the right thing. It's ego. It's ego, y'all. It's ego. And that's the problem with Dallas, right? Even if you go back to the CeeDee Lamb thing, what was the benefit of making him miss the entire camp for $1 million difference, y'all? For $1 million. That's because James said 34 has been the number for a long time. Why were we fussing over $1 million that you have your primary weapon miss the entire camp? Ego. Ego is the enemy. Great book. Go ahead and read it. But yeah, it's just all ego, right? So this Trey Lance thing, Jerry wants to feel that no, he made the right decision. He traded a 4th round pick and got Trey Lance, and he knows what he's doing, right? Now, here's the crazy thing. The 49ers, they traded multiple 1st round picks, and they instantly said, nah, bro, we messed up. You know what I'm saying? We messed up, bro. Let's just, let's just wipe our losses, hold our L, and move on. But Jerry Jones, not with this 4th round pick. He is going to try to force this thing, and it's going to hit. It's gonna hit. Yeah, Sadiqa, let's go back to happy news. Let's go back to happy, great news with CeeDee Lamb being signed. But I know a lot of people have been talking about the Trey Lance thing. I dropped the Trey Lance video. Definitely check that out. But yeah. We talked about Dalvin Cook, heavy hands on St. Patrick. I am a fan of Dalvin Cook coming, not just because he's a Florida State guy, right? But I feel like he can help our running back room. Right, so I'm definitely going to talk about Dalvin Cook coming to Dallas. I'm all for it. Now, I'm not going to get too excited, right? Because I don't want them to ruin my mood. But I'm all for it. Now, we had some other news today, right? We had some cuts go on today. And, when you kind of go through the cuts, nothing too surprising. I would say there was one cut that kind of did surprise me, right? So we go to our cuts today. Let's see here. And appreciate all the super chats. Make sure I get to the super chats. Let's see here. I'll get to them in 1 second, right? So, actually, I'm going into super chats. I missed one. Dwayne Brown, $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Jerry's throat hurting because of pride still stuck and he don't want to be wrong. Yeah, I agree. I 1,000% agree. And that's just what it is, man. It's just the Eagles being the enemy. My guy B, Dalvin Cook on way to Dallas for talks. Yep, I'm all for it, man. Bring me Dalvin Cook. Bring me Dalvin Cook. So getting to the cuts, right? All right, so there's a few different ways to kind of go through this, all right? So waive, that means sayonara, you're gone. You can get claimed by another team. If not, maybe we'll bring it back. But nobody really surprising besides, I would say, Willie Harvey surprised me. Because the Cowboys like this UFL thing, and honestly, he had a decent camp in preseason. I mean, if you watch the preseason games, Willie Harvey was out there making plays. So he was the one that kind of caught me, where I was like, oh, okay, I didn't see that one coming, and not this soon, right? Nate Pete, and then Eric Scott Jr., right? Eric Scott Jr. got cut. My Kansas City neighbor got cut, just being in his sophomore season. Now, when it comes to Eric Scott, it just never worked for you. You know what I'm saying? It just never worked for you. You look in the preseason, just, coverage-wise. And the crazy thing when it comes to Eric Scott, I remember out there in camp last year, he was cutting up. He was out there dogging. He was out there with the starters, right? But new coaching staff, besides Al Harris, you don't belong to them, bro. It's a whole new defensive coaching staff. You don't belong with them. So you look good at camp. That's what we always got to be careful of, right? Because we do this every year. You look good at camp, but when the lights come on, that's when you really see the truth. And I feel like for Eric Scott, he just never turned the corner when the lights came on. He just never did. So overall, I wasn't surprised with Eric Scott. Because I feel like we got some guys that they really want to keep, even with Deron Bland being hurt. You have Kalen Carson. Israel McQuamu is going to be considered as a corner more than likely. He's playing well. I'll probably do a film session on Izzy tomorrow. Or yeah, maybe this week, right? Because we still got cuts tomorrow, so we'll go through cuts tomorrow. But we'll do an Izzy film session here soon. So you got Izzy McQuamu, Kalen Carson. You got Booth, and Booth has played well. Now, I'll tell y'all the truth about Booth. A little rapping, right? Booth, everything underneath. And like I said, I go on my Twitter. I've had tweets about this since he was at Clemson, like everything, right? Because, I'm a Florida State guy. Everything underneath, Booth is on it. Like, he's coming down. He's a solid tackler. He's one of those guys. Everything underneath, he is on it on full attack. He comes downhill well. Turning his hips and running deep, it's just been a constant struggle. It's been a constant struggle since college, right? So, overall, I like him. I feel like he can add to our team, but there's a lot of things to work on. But I will say that Andrew Booth has given us a lot more than Eric Scott. So I can see that. But, if you're going to cover with Booth, you better have somebody over top. You better have somebody over top. Yeah, Keystone Zone coming down, cover two, keeping everything in front. That's his game. But one-on-one, you saw it. I mean, a lot of times versus the Raiders and also versus the Chargers, off to the races. Waived and injured, David Durden, Junior Fiocco. So I know a lot of people, he's more, it's safety, right? He's safety, right? Villamy Fiocco, right? Another guy, sophomore from last year's draft class that got waived, right? So I feel like overall, he probably doesn't fit what Zim likes to do. And also, if you watch the game this past Saturday, it just wasn't there, right? It just wasn't there. And I feel like what is going on right now is like, yo, you wanted Dan Quinn's people, like, bro. I didn't ask for you. You wanted Dan Quinn's people. So I feel like with Junior Fiocco, it just didn't work out. He does have the work ethic, but sometimes just the talent, that's just not really there. Now, term vested vet. So I want you guys to remember this as we go through, final 53 rosters and different things like that, right? So when you're a veteran, a vested veteran, like Albert Huggins, who we brought in, right? And also Damian Wilson, these are guys you can cut them, and they can't be claimed off of waivers, and they can just re-sign back with you, right? So there might be a situation where you might see, oh my God, the Cowboys just cut Cooper Rush. They just waived Cooper Rush. They might do that so they can waive Cooper Rush, bring in somebody else and keep them on the roster to keep them protected from waivers, and then Cooper Rush will just say, all right, bro, just re-sign me back, and he's just back on the squad. So, I feel like that's kind of the language. So, like I said, out of this list, the only real surprise was Willie Harvey. I think that he had a decent preseason, right? But you look at our linebackers, they probably can bring him, just like Confident Cowboys fans said, they probably can just bring him back on practice squad, because if you watch Will Harvey, he's built like an old school linebacker. He's built like an old school linebacker, drops some interceptions, but he's always kind of just around the ball. And when I watch linebackers, I want to see them around the ball, right? Because we always talk about in our film sessions, that is where the money resides, is around the ball, right? But maybe they'll be able to get him back, because I highly doubt that, there's a lot of people watching him. Yeah, Dwayne, bro. Dan Quinn is second in waivers. So he's just sitting there watching. He just sitting there watching for us to make a mistake. He's going to go out there and claim it. That's why I'm saying I will not play games with Julius Wood, because somebody's watching. I mean, he's had, two interceptions in preseason. He's been lights out. Hell, I did a film session that did almost 40,000. The news is out when it comes to Julius Wood. There's no hiding him. So I feel like you have to keep him on the roster. He kind of does have that Sam Mills build, like that old school linebacker build, man. The big neck rolls and kind of, so yeah, he's kind of built that forward tough linebacker. But overall, y'all, when it comes to the final 53, and I didn't want to make a display graphic for this because, there's so much going on, especially with CD. The questions that I'm having is with the running back room, right? I don't know how that's going to shape out, right? Because a lot of people are high on Deuce, right? But Zeke, Rico are locks. If you're bringing in Dalvin Cook, that's 3, right? Or if you don't bring in Dalvin Cook, you might have Royce, right? So that's 3. You got to count Hunter Luepke. That's 4. How many running backs can you keep? So who can you maneuver in the running back room if you really want to keep Deuce, right? Or keep, it's like, I'm not sure how things are going to shake out with the running back room. Also, the tight end room, right? How is the tight end room going to shape out? I probably think they're going to waive Hendershot. I liked Hendershot his rookie year. It just ain't working out. But Hendershot, you're going to get moved for him. So you're going to have Jake Ferguson. Luke Schoonmaker is a lock. Love it or hate it. Ego, second round pick. Then John Stevens. Then is it going to be Brevin Spann or Pete? I think that Brevin Spann will get the nod over Pete. Sorry, not Pete, Fant, right? I think that he will get the nod over Fant, to be honest with you guys. But Fant has put out a lot of good film. But I think that our tight ends will probably keep 4, right? Offensive line. I'm interested to see, are the Cowboys finally going to do it, right? Are we finally going to remove the ego once again and say, listen, we moved on from Amari Cooper for a 5th round pick. My bad. We messed up. And let Matt Waletzko walk. I would be shocked if Matt Waletzko makes this roster, y'all. I would be shocked if Matt Waletzko makes this roster. It's probably time just to have that conversation and just be like, we tried, it's just not working, right? Because you're going to have Austin Richards. I know a lot of people aren't the favorite when it comes to this guy, but I'll say Josh Ball has had a good preseason and good camp. I think he's on the roster. I know a lot of people have been asking me, would the Cowboys cut TJ Bass? I don't think so. I don't think they would cut TJ Bass and play with it. They're going to keep Brock Hoffman. So I would say Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Zach Martin, Terrence. That's 5. Awesome Richards, Brock Hoffman, TJ Bass, and they're probably going to try to sneak Ball in there somewhere. Yeah, me personally, I would move on from Ball. But then you also got to consider, right, how long is Chuma out, right? How long is Chuma out as well? But I don't see them moving on from Bass and keeping Josh Ball. I just really don't. I would come unglued. But Josh Ball has had a decent camp. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be biased and be like, I don't like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of him. Wasn't a fan when we got him, right? But he's had a much better camp and a much better preseason than Matt Waletzko. It's time for kind of both of them to move on, right? Time to move on. So we talked about the offensive line. We talked about wide receivers. So wide receivers is an interesting conversation. I know a lot of people ask me this. Yo, Tuck, you saw the film session on Ryan Fleury. We're not going to cut Ryan, are we? Are we not going to cut Ryan, are we? No, we're not going to cut Ryan. We're not going to cut Ryan. Ryan is good, y'all. Ryan is good. So we have CeeDee Lamb. Welcome back. Brandon Cooks. Jalen Tolbert. Devontae Turpin, Jalen Brooks, Ryan Flournoy. So I think Ryan makes the roster. Anything outside of that, I do not know. But I would think Ryan is definitely going to be on this roster. He has too much upside. And also, people got to forget, right? He had a crazy combine. So for the colorful graphic Twitter, the colorful graphic guys, Ryan Flournoy is on their roster. He is on their roster because his chart was lit up like a Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? His chart was lit up all over. They're going to keep him. They're going to keep him out there, and then there's no way they're going to move on from this kid. Like I said, I forgot. My bad, y'all. I forgot, y'all, that my college teammate actually coached him at Southeast Missouri, and he gave me a call the other day. We talked for like an hour and a half about him, and man, it's just one of those kids where, he just never got his opportunity, right? He was always kind of doubted, only got one offer, D1 offer, and that was the school that he went to. Was kind of out, went to the Senior Bowl. So I know the Cowboys kind of like those guys because they're tough, they're gritty, and they're going to earn their spot. So that's the offensive side of things, right? Defensive line, we just lost, Muhammad, due to suspension, so he's out. We just cut Huggins. So, defensive line-wise, I think everything's pretty much self-explanatory. I don't see any surprises there, right, with defensive line. That's defensive end and defensive tackle. Linebackers, I would say Eric, Maris, Clark, and I'm missing one. Probably keep like 4 or 5 linebackers. So another one I'm probably missing, right? So linebackers are good. Corners, we already talked about that. Safeties. Hot topic button, y'all. Hot topic button when it comes to safety. You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out, man. You got to figure it out. And I know this time of year, right? You always have some people saying, oh, there's going to be that one Cowboys player that they're going to cut and everyone's going to overreact and act like we can't get them back. It's going to be that one player that everyone cuts and we're going to flip out. Well, last year, it was Isaiah Landon. We didn't get him back. We didn't get Isaiah Landon back, did we? Nope, we lost him, right? I think you cannot play with your food when it comes to Julius Wood. You cannot play with your food, y'all. You just can't do it. You just can't risk it. Julius Wood is too damn good, y'all. He is too damn good for you to go out there and say, you know what? We're going to try it. We're going to try it, and we're going to try to play with our food and move on from Julius Wood and hope that we can sneak him. You can't sneak that kid. You won't be able to sneak that kid, right? Julius Wood is just too damn good. That rhymes, right? So, I think that you would do Izzy as corner, right? So I'm putting Izzy with the corners, and I'll do this. We'll do the show tomorrow. I kind of post a graphic, right? Maybe I'll do a video in the morning before the cuts actually come out. But Izzy at corner. You have Wanye, of course. Marquise Bell, he better, right? Donovan Wilson, Malik Hooker. You gotta keep Wood, bro. You gotta keep Wood because I feel like Wood's gonna get snatched up. Wood are we riot, y'all? Wood are we riot? If we cut Julius Wood tomorrow, ring the alarm. Ring the alarm because we going Persian. Put your mask on, grab all your weapons. If we cut Julius Wood tomorrow, I'm ringing the alarm and we are Persian. Let's not do that. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Mike McCarthy, Will McClay. We're having such a good day today. We're having such a good day today. Just not ruin it tomorrow. Let's not ruin it tomorrow. Let's not ruin it tomorrow. How much we pay to get him as an undrafted, that's a sign. Let's take a look here. So let me go to, so I think they did put extra in the bag. I think they did put extra in the bag for Julius Wood. Let's see here. Let's take a look. What was his guarantee? Let's take a look, y'all. Let's see if it works. All right, so Julius Wood. Let's see here. So, yeah, they signed Julius Wood, y'all. So, breaking news. So, they signed him to a 3-year deal, $2.8 million. Average salary, pretty much $948,000. Signing bonus, $15,000. $190,000 guaranteed. 190. So, they put extra in the bag. Julius Wood, lock it up. Lock it up. Julius Wood's a lock, y'all. They gave him a 3-year deal. And to put it in perspective, they gave Julius Wood a bigger deal than they gave Wanye Thomas. Let me see here. Who would they give Wanye? Wanye didn't get any guarantees. Like, Wanye was a true, like, undrafted guy. And they had to come in and really grind for a spot. They only gave Wanye a 2-year deal. For $1.6 million, no sign-in bonus, no guarantees. No sign-in bonus, no guarantees, no nothing. So he's got the undrafted free agent deal. So they gave Julius Wood a more lucrative deal than they gave Wanye Thomas. You know what I'm saying? So I would pretty much, you locking him in there. You got to lock him in there. You got to lock Julius Wood in there. I feel like he's definitely going to be out there because he's just far too talented. He's far too talented, and you can't let that type of talent go. You just can't let that type of talent go. Muhammad is suspended for, was Muhammad for PDAs, or was he the gambling? I think he was PDAs, sis. I think he was PDAs, and I think that the other guy who we cut that went to Penn State, he was for the gambling suspension. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, the one from Washington, he had the gambling suspension, and then Muhammad had one for performance-enhancing drugs. So, you know, whatever that was, I'm not sure if it was steroids or not. Who knows these days, right? But yeah, that's what his suspension is for. So that's carried over. Yeah. So yeah, he was the PED. The other kid was the gambling one. So let's see here. PED. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Wood all day, ball can kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. Now, let me ask y'all. I'm going to ask y'all in the chat, man. I'm going to let y'all drive for a little bit. Oh, actually, first, I be forgetting. This is all kind of new to me, right? Before I go, salute to our sponsor, BetUS. Got to play this quick ad before they get in trouble, because I've been getting in trouble, y'all. You know, I got to play this quick ad from BetUS. Hold up. Be patient. We'll be right back. Hold up. Today's video is powered by BetUS.com, and right now BetUS is running a promotion. Receive a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. So if you are a Cowboys fan and you think the Cowboys will win over 10 games, they have plus 160 odds. That means bet $100, win 160. That is easy money. So sign up for BetUS.com, use the link in the description below, and let's get this money, CFO gang. All right, cool. Done my deed, right? Done my deed. So yeah, check out BetUS. Link in the description below if you want to get your gambling on. I got cooked. Florida State cooked me, man. Florida State cooked me. But we always going to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Muhammad is suspended. Yeah, he is suspended. He's suspended. let's see here. And I'm not sure how long the suspension actually is, though, because he has to carry that suspension over. So let's see here. What else? Yeah, gambling. Yeah. So gambling. For all you players, don't get that BetUS league. Yeah, 2 games. Yeah, he's suspended for 2 games. There we go. So bang. Yeah. So like I said, y'all, if you look at Julius Wood, 3 years. They gave that boy 3 years. Gave him guaranteed money. You're not walking away from that. Spanford, they gave him guarantees. They're not walking away from that. Spanford, you can lock. It's the same thing with Hunter Luepke, right? Hunter Luepke, he got the guarantees, big guarantees. He's good, right? Yeah, he doesn't count on the 53. He doesn't count for the 53 as of right now. So, yeah. So you can use that to your advantage, kind of, and decide whatever you want to do with him, whether you want to keep him or not. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. He doesn't count towards the 53 until he actually returns, right? Salute to Shirley Perkins, Cowboy for life. Salute to you. Cowboys fans are standing up, represent, man. Everyone, if you're new, hit the like button, run the likes up, share the content, man. We're about to go crazy. We are growing crazy on this channel, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We got a lot of new subscribers. Everyone's following the content, getting a lot of love nationally. People are kind of recognizing what we do. Like, we've been here. I mean, we've been here, but people are just now seeing the work that we do. But that's a testament to not me. It's a testament to y'all, man. It's a testament to y'all for supporting me from day one. You know, funny thing about CeeDee Lamb, I posted this video on Twitter. Y'all know one of my very first videos on this channel was me predicting that the Cowboys was going to draft CeeDee Lamb. Back when I had my production game was trash. This room was empty. This was like a little playroom for my kids and had toys and stuff everywhere. You know what I'm saying? My music was super loud. I didn't have no microphone. I didn't have no lights or nothing. But the one thing that I knew was that the Cowboys was going to draft CeeDee Lamb, man. So I appreciate everyone out there for all the support, man. It's about to be a busy season for me specifically. You're going to see me everywhere. So my Kansas Jayhawks, who I cover here locally, they kick off Thursday. But the good thing about Kansas, they're getting a brand new stadium built. So they're playing at the soccer stadium, which is like 2 minutes from my house. I can pretty much just walk over there. Not walk, I'm going to drive. Drive over there, cover the game. And then this weekend, I'm going on a little vacation with my guys. You know what I'm saying? We going to Miami. We about to hang out on some boats and yachts. You know what I'm saying? You know, get a little vacay before football season kicks off, and then it's all systems to go. So I have that Kansas football. I have this channel, of course. So subscribe to the channel. I'm on Roundtable Sports on the NFC East show. Appreciate everyone coming over there showing love and banging on those NFC East fans, y'all. Bang! Like I said, the first show, I got jumped. And the reason why I got jumped is because it was right during where the Cowboys were scrimmaging the Rams. So everybody was watching that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I was on the show by myself. All these Eagles fans like, Tuck ain't got no support. Ain't nobody in for Tuck. And all these Giants fans, I'm like, all right, bro. All right. I got a trick for y'all. Next game, I'm going to bring my whole squad out, and we're going to bang on y'all. So I'm on the NFC East Roundtable show every Thursday night at 5 Eastern. Or is it? No, 5 Central. I forget the time because they're all Eastern, so that means I'm Central. So I think it's 5 Central, right? NFC East Roundtable show. And then we haven't announced it, but I will be on a sports betting show every Wednesday with a good friend of mine, Steffi Smalls. If you follow, New York Giants content or you see my show, Steffi, she's a great host, good friend of mine. So we're going to be on a sports betting show every Wednesday night where we're going to be going over sports bets for the NFL season. And then every Saturday, you can catch me on ESPN Radio with my guy, Darren Smith, here on the ship locally in Kansas City. So we just working, man. We just working, doing what we do best in covering this team. But I'm excited, y'all. The CeeDee Lamb deal was a spark that a lot of Cowboys fans needed. It's been a long offseason, y'all. It's been a long offseason full of negativity, full of hatred and fighting and bitterness and all that. Like, I just want to get to football, man. I just want to get to football and cover the sport that I love, and I think that's where we're trying to get headed. So we got that week 1 versus the Cleveland Browns. When we get to Cleveland, so for those of you who are new, so what we do when we get gear up for Cleveland, we'll do a scouting report. We'll scout their offense in depth. We'll go through film. We'll go through stats. We'll go through analytics. We'll do offense. Then we'll go through defense, film, stats, analytics. We'll go through deep, especially with my new expensive software I got. You know, so I can do everything in one place. I used to have to use like 7 different websites to pull all the stats and analytics and everything kind of going on. Now I got one website. I can just pull it up with my tool, pull up all the film, all the stats. I can compare and contrast. I can get everything I need in one spot. It was expensive. Maybe I spent a little too much for it, but it was definitely worth it, man. Appreciate you guys. Keep grinding, J Tuck. Appreciate, you know I'm gonna keep grinding, man. I appreciate you guys for supporting me because I am not here where I'm at if it's not for y'all, not for Cowboys Nation trusting me and giving me the opportunity to lead y'all, man. This is something I kind of, you know, I'll talk about it because, you know, it's not a big deal because I talk to Clarence behind the scenes too. Like I talk to Clarence all the time, right? So I think when everyone saw what happened on Saturday, they thought that me and Clarence were like butting heads, you know what I'm saying? But for me, all that I am trying to explain, not to just Clarence, but any media member, whether it's Cowboys related or anybody, right? Some of us, I'll say some, I will say some, not everybody, because I want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't speak for everybody, but some of us, we work, y'all, extremely hard on our craft. We work very hard on our craft and we take it serious, just like anybody else. Like you guys have seen it. You guys have seen me at the beach at Aruba with my wife. And what am I doing? I'm reading books, still learning verbiage and NFL language. Like I'm still doing live. So like I'm still working. Even when I'm on vacation, I'm still working. Even when I'm probably in Miami, I'll probably still go live and still talk Cowboys football. Something happens, right? So we take what we do extremely serious because we work for it. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, it's just like, I don't like people coming at our credibility, right? Well, that's just like, if you wouldn't do that to someone sitting next to you at the podium, then don't do that to us, right? You know, that's all I'm asking, right? Is if you're not going to tell, I'll just toss out Jane Slater, she's wrong and she don't know what she's talking about verbally, publicly on Twitter, then don't do that to J Tuck. Don't do that to Law. Don't do that to Boss. Don't do that to Okoye, right? So I feel like because we're accessible, people feel like it's okay to kind of talk to us any kind of way. And what I'm trying to do is put my foot down like, no, I deserve the same respect that you give everybody else. And that's all I'm trying to say to anybody, whether it's not just Clarence, anybody, right? We deserve that same respect, and especially for me, because I'm not just a content creator, y'all. Y'all just saw it. Like I've covered the Super Bowl. I've interviewed Pat Mahomes after he won the MVP. So I'm not just a guy in the basement who's shock jockeying for click value. We work over here. We work, you know what I'm saying? We work, and I just want y'all to take us serious, just like you take everybody else serious. That's all I'm asking. Are we really going all in now? No. You know what I'm saying? We're not really going all in, but we going. At least we going. You know what I'm saying? We moving. But it's not all in, you know what I'm saying? It's not all in-ish, you know what I'm saying? But I am excited that the Cowboys are actually just doing something, right? Show that you care. You know what I'm saying? Show that you care, show that you're pushing forward, showing that, you know what I'm saying, that you actually care about this season, that you care about winning. I just wanted to know, at the end of the day, right, you're going to play games. You're going to lose. There's only going to be one Super Bowl champion, right? But at the end of the day, I just want to know that my organization cares about winning as much as I do, as much as y'all do. That's all I need to know. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need to know is that my organization cares about winning, not about branding, not about stadium and sales and ticket sales, and not about this and not about. I want to know that my organization cares about winning as much as I do. And if I can see that, that's all I can ask for. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can ask for from my team. The ball is going to bounce a variety of different ways. There's going to be upsets. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be that's the roller coaster of the NFL season or any sports season, right? But do you care as much as we do? The people who put their time, their effort, their money, the sacrifice, day in, day out. Do you care as much as we do? That's all I really ask from Jerry and Stephen Jones' organization. Everything outside of that, I get it, right? If you want to play Thunderstruck until you are blue in the face, go ahead and play Thunderstruck until you're blue in the face. If you care about winning as much as I do, then we're good. And I know the players do. I talked to some of the players. I know that they are still fuming at the mouth after that Green Bay loss. Now, I will say this to the Cowboy players who might watch my show or talk to me or whatever, right? If you're watching the show, let me give y'all a quick little message. Don't make the same mistake that my Florida State Seminoles made. Don't do it. And where is that, right? Florida State, we all know, got screwed out of the college football playoffs last year or whatever. They feel like they got slighted, right? Ended up tossing them to the Wolves in Georgia. They got cooked, right? But I felt like Florida State came out there so trying to prove themselves, right? We scored first, right? And then we go for two because we're trying to show that we belong. And we're trying to avenge last year that we got caught slipping. I don't want the Cowboys to go out there and do that where they're just trying to prove that we was a fluke and and try to avenge what happened versus Green Bay. Wipe it out of your memory. Focus on this season, 1 week at a time. Line up and just keep stacking days, right? Don't try to go out there and prove yourself and go out there, foot down, one step at a time. In progress. DJ, you ain't him. He's not. He's not that. You know what I'm saying? He's not that. You know what I'm saying? But he's not Jordan Travis. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, right? Florida State, I know we're kind of talking a little bit, but Florida State, you're not last year's team, bro. There's no Keon Coleman out there. There's no Johnny Wilson out there. There's no Jarrett Verse out there. There's no Braden Fisk out there. There's no Jordan Travis out there. There's no... Like that's them. They gone. They gone. So you thought you was gonna be able to kind of piggyback off of what they did last year? No, bro. They gone. They going to the league. Those first round picks, second round picks, they all got. You know what I'm saying? Jerry and Jones is gone. You can't live off of that. You got to make your own mark. You know what I'm saying? You got to make your own mark, and you can't go out there trying to avenge yourself and play with this animosity because of what happened last year. Because that's where you get. That's where we get caught up. Now we'll focus all on. We'll get to Cleveland. I got some great guests coming on the show for Cleveland week. One of my guys, G. Bush, man, he's phenomenal, man. I did a show with him back in 2020 when we got cooked by the Odell Beckham reverse and all that stuff right there. But he'll come on. He'll definitely break down the game. So we're gonna go crazy once the season starts. But yeah, just beat Cleveland first. That's it. Don't try to beat them by 40 and try to prove a point and and try to prove. Just go beat them. Just go beat them. We'll move on to week 2. Whether it's by 1 or whether it's by 100, just go beat them. Go out there, handle business, and move on. Focus, right? One step at a time. And Mike McCarthy had said this, today actually. He's like, everyone keeps talking about the playoff losses and this and that. But last I checked, winning 12 games consistently in the NFL is not easy. It's not easy. That's what I've been saying about Mike McCarthy. Is like a lot of people want to have this, what has he done in the postseason? Like what have we done in the organization as a postseason? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like we were the Patriots and we were just winning championships and we were just, being the standard, and then we moved on from Jason Garrett and got Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, and we've been losing ever since. We haven't won nothing in over 30 years, bro. But at least Mike McCarthy is giving us consistency. All you want is more invites to the dance. Kind of like March Madness, right? You don't want to make the tournament 1 year and not make it for the next 3 and then make it 1 year. You might lose in the first round. Make it the next year. You might lose in the Sweet 16. Make it 1 year. You might lose in Elite 8. Make it the next year. You might get bopped out the first. Then finally get to the Final Four. Like, be able to stack it. And all you want to do is have a chance to get in the playoffs. And once you get to the playoffs, all bets are off, y'all. I mean, if you look at it as of right now, granted, they kind of own us. But San Francisco, okay, cool. The Rams, Eagles, on paper look incredible. Cowboys, Detroit. So there's no team in the NFC where I'm sitting back saying, there's no chance, bro. We have zero chance, right? There's no team, especially the 49ers mess around and lose Brandon Ayuk. So just consistently win games 1 week at a time, and we'll focus on the playoffs when we get there. But I don't want this, what are you going to do in the playoffs? What are you going to do? not focused on that, right? Week 1. That's it. After week 1, it's week 2. We shouldn't be talking about playoffs, home field advantage, none of that. One game at a time. And I think that really needs to be the focus. And this is going to be an important year for Mike McCarthy because I want to see how can you really control all these distractions. There's a lot of distractions. There's a big, massive distraction cloud. Whether it's going to be Mike McCarthy getting an extension, whether it's going to be coach, because Micah Parsons, he's back podcasting, y'all. So I know some of y'all kind of feel some type of way. I know some of y'all probably mad that you saw Micah. But he's back podcasting with the Micah. And he also said Trayvon Diggs is going to be a guest. So are y'all going to hate Trayvon for being on the podcast too? Or does it only work for Micah? But we'll see. But anyways, right, he said, like, he loves what he's seeing from Zimmer. Zimmer has a great mind. He's learning a lot. He hopes that Zimmer returns next year and can be the Cowboys defensive coordinator of the future, right? So it's like, all right, cool. So things are settling. So that's what I like to hear. Yeah, we're moving on to Cleveland. Exactly. So yeah, one game at a time, but don't be talking about this Green Bay loss and kind of like, we got to move on. You got to move on. I get it. I see some Cowboys fans. I don't care if we sign CeeDee. I'm still mad about the green. We got to move on, bro. We play in 10 days. I can't still be mad about the Green Bay loss. We play in 10 days. Now is the time, y'all. If y'all are new to my channel, it's go time. It's either you ready to ride or get your scary ass out the whip, bro. That in-season tuck is a lot different. Either you are ready to ride or get your scary ass out the whip, bro. Like I can't do scary. Now, our motto for all those of you who are new is we will respect our opponents, but we will fear nobody. We will fear nobody. And I know we've been dog walked by San Fran and blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? And I get it, right? But we ain't gonna fear nobody. We gonna line up, and if we get dealt with, we get dealt with. It is what it is, right? So I know a lot of people are like, I don't care. We paying CeeDee all that money and we're still gonna look. This ain't the channel for you, bro. It ain't the channel for you. Respectfully, this ain't the channel for you. Some other channels might be a little bit softer, but over here we don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? So either you lace them up and get out there and be ready to fight in battle and rep your team. I don't know what to tell you. So, like I said, new year, wipe the slate clean. Right now, everybody's optimistic, except if you're a Giants fan, right? Everybody's optimistic right now. I know Jets fans, they feeling good. Got Aaron Rodgers back. Ravens fans feeling good. You know what I'm saying? They got their defense stacked. Chiefs fans are loaded, right? Cowboys fans, Eagles fans, they feel like they own the whole NFC. Like everybody's feeling good right now. That's why it's time to really step up and go out there and play the game. But it'd be nice if we just sign our quarterback and then we have to talk about that no more. I would love to get to week 1 and all that we are talking about is just football. No more is Dak gonna, no more is Mike McCarthy gonna, no more is gonna, right? Nah, football. And like my guy Keystone just said, hold your balls, fella. You know what I'm saying? It's time. It's time. We don't do scary over here. We don't do scary. Either you jump off the porch and ride or take your scary ass in the house. That's just how we get down, gang. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Big day today. Like I said, CeeDee Lamb is signed. What does that mean for Dak Prescott? I do not know. Now, if you put me on and make me answer, I don't know, y'all, because like I said, Dak Prescott is not giving the Cowboys a deadline, so they might just sit back and say, you know what, we'll relax, we'll kind of wait and see. I don't want to play the wait and see game. I want to get the deal done so we can move forward. But hopefully by Monday, I want to see Dak pen to paper, smiling, quarterback announcements, Instagram posts, all of that, and we can move forward. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. Turn on that notification bell so you do not miss it. Like I said, I'm going to have a great guest coming on every week, film breakdowns. We're going to do scouting reports. You're going to be fully equipped to go into Sunday. But like I said, y'all, we do all the work during the week, And then when it gets to Sunday, it's time to just go be a fan. Just go be a fan. Just go be a fan. That's my motto. Like, people like, Tuck, you don't do this during the game. No. I do all my work Monday through Saturday. And then Sunday, when game days, I'm going to get drunk. Well, yeah, I can say that. I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to be at the games. I'm going to be spilling Cowboy Ritas, eating food, screaming, yelling, repping my team, standing up, and just being a fan because I did all the work during the week and whenever it happens. So appreciate y'all. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. Turn on the notification bell so you do not miss out. I want everyone to stay safe. I want everyone to stay blessed. I want everybody to stay encouraged, right? Stay encouraged. And people got to understand, when I started this channel, it was in the middle of a pandemic, and there's no words that I want you guys, if you guys don't hear nothing or take anything else from this show, take that home with you. Stay safe, stay blessed, and always stay encouraged in any aspect of life, right? In any aspect of life, not just football, any aspect of life, right? Stay encouraged and stay blessed, and good things will transpire in your life. And for my dog, CeeDee Lamb,
Cue the music.
This is what I want y'all to do for me.
where the money resides, where the money resides, where the money resides. Will I be in Cleveland? No. The first game I will be attending will be versus the Baltimore Ravens. That'll be the first home game that I'll be attending. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Turn on those notification bells, share the